What's up, you guys? I wanted to hop on here today and share with you my top 3 tips for motivation. I have more than 3 that I like to refer to, but I wanted to focus on the top 3 so that you guys can take advantage of them and get to work right away with just the 3 to focus on right now. So, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to cover those 3 tips by the end of the video, give you an idea of how you can start getting motivated today, stay motivated, what you can do to get back on track with your motivation, and all that good stuff. And in addition, give you a little insight into me being 8 weeks out from my bikini competition, my bodybuilding show. Quickly, for those of you that don't know me or don't know my story, I just want to give you a quick look into my fitness journey. Not going to take long, I promise. How I got started. It was a little over 2 years ago. I knew absolutely nothing about health and fitness. I had no interest in it really whatsoever. It just finally got to a point where I was like, you know what? I am not happy with myself. I knew that every day I looked in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw. I was not confident. I felt lazy and tired all the time. And I knew that doing something for my health would not only, literally help me feel better physically, but mentally, with that sense of confidence and that negative self-image that I dealt with every single day. And it was just kind of like it hit me one day. I saw somebody online that inspired me and I just went for it. And literally all I wanted to do was lose, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and get a flat stomach. For one, flat stomach doesn't happen that quick. But it's progressed into where I am now, like being an online health coach. How in the world I got here, I don't even really know. And then preparing for my first bikini show, it kind of blows my mind. But anyway, little background on me in case you didn't know any of that. That's my story. So back to my 3 motivation tips. Number 1 is you need to set goals. You need to know exactly what you're working towards. You can't just come into it and say, I want to get healthy. I want to get fit. You have to have some sort of specific goal. Now, I don't ever preach that you should obsess over, weighing a certain number on the scale or wearing a certain pant size. Like that's not good for you mentally, but you do, say you do have a significant amount of weight to lose, set a small goal and say, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds in 2 months, and you've got that to work towards. Maybe you don't have a ton of weight to lose, but you're wanting to get more in shape. Set a goal of going to the gym 4 days a week and eating a healthy breakfast every day. Start out with something small. If you're new to this, don't overwhelm yourself or you're just gonna end up being miserable and hating the whole process and giving up. But make sure you have specific goals, have a plan, know what you are working towards so that you can measure your progress, you can see where you have room for improvement, maybe where you're slipping up. And then as you go, you can see the progress you're making, which is going to be inspiring and push you to keep going. All right? So have a plan. That's tip number 1. Leads me to tip number 2. Take it day by day. As I just said, as you hop into this, if you're new to health and fitness in any way, diving in head first can overwhelm a lot of people. It's like people that quit smoking cold turkey. Like they're good for a week and then all of a sudden they're right back to it because it was too much at once, right? So you need to take it one day at a time. And honestly, one workout at a time, one meal at a time. Say you've got this huge goal of losing 50 pounds within a year, okay? You don't want to look at the whole year ahead of you and be like, holy shit, I have an entire year that I have to get to the gym, that I have to eat healthy, that I have to give up all my favorite foods. Hey, notification on my phone. If you look at that, you're going to get so overwhelmed and it's going to be hard. And on the days that you really don't feel like going to the gym, you're going to think, well, I've got a whole year. Today doesn't really matter. But those days add up, the good and the bad. So you need to take it one thing at a time, all right? I like to focus on 1 week at a time, no more than that. Whether it's a small goal that I've got for myself or a long-term goal. So 1 week, I will set like one little thing, I'm going to drink more water this week and go through that whole week just focused on that time period, all right? Don't look too far in advance and freak yourself out. That's never good. That just, again, leads to stress and anxiety, and you're just gonna like want to pull your hair out. Not good, right? One day at a time, one meal at a time, one workout at a time. I like to write it out on a calendar. That's fun, okay? Tip number 3, my last one, probably the most important, is believing in yourself. Talking to yourself in ways that you would talk to other people, to your friends, to people that you are supporting on their health journey. If you had a friend that told you they wanted to lose 10 pounds, would you look at them and say, you can't do that? You're too out of shape. You are not a fitness person. You love food too much. You wouldn't do that, right? I sure as hell hope not. So you shouldn't talk to yourself that way. You know, when you start out, you're going to be motivated and excited, and you're going to talk to yourself in good ways, and you're going to want to push, and you're going to want to go for it. But when it gets hard, you're going to start to talk down on yourself. And that's when you've got to dial back in on the affirmations, the positive self-talk to yourself. You talk to yourself more than anybody else does. So you want those thoughts and those ideas to be positive and uplifting, you guys. So believe that you are capable of whatever goal you have set for yourself. And that will take you further than anything else. So, top 3 tips. Have a plan / goals, specific goals. 2, take those goals and that plan one step at a time. And then 3, believe in yourself. Believe that you are capable of reaching those goals. So, motivation aside, right? 8 weeks out from my first bikini show, bodybuilding show. And I'm kind of like I'm excited, but holy cow, I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even know. It has been such a learning experience the whole way through. I technically started preparing for this way back in January, just working on, getting into a dialed nutrition plan, because that is the biggest part of this. Of any health plan is your nutrition. That's where a majority of your results come from, right? But you have to be so specific and so consistent with it when you're preparing for something like this. So that has been the biggest struggle for me. So this past week has been 8 weeks out for me. My nutrition is still not 100%, 110%, I should say, because that's what it needs to be. I struggle with binge eating, with sweets, with cravings terribly. That is a problem that I've struggled with, prior to getting into this. And I know it's something that mentally I need to work on for myself. But it is what it is. I'm working every single day to build up my discipline, my self-discipline, because that's all that it is. It's not motivation from somebody else, from some other, external source. It comes from me inside. So that's where my biggest struggle is. All in all, I am super, super excited. I am super driven. When I sit back, I want this. I know that I want it, and I'm giving it all that I can up until 8 weeks from now when I step on that stage. Yes, in the back of my mind, I want to freaking come home with a trophy, but at the same time, I am preparing myself to just be proud of not only sticking to this and committing to this process, but for stepping outside my comfort zone, for challenging myself, for doing things above average that are outside of normal that most people would not do, that I wouldn't normally do, and I wouldn't have dreamed of doing 2-3 years ago. That's what this is about, and that's where I want my sense of accomplishment to come from when I get done 8 weeks from now. So, not a lot of detail on prep right now. I share a lot of my journey online through posts and on my, Instagram and all that. But I do plan to continue to do more detailed videos as I go throughout my prep. So if there's any specific topics you'd like me to cover in regards to, what I'm eating, what workouts I'm doing, what I do in the gym, how much cardio I do, how do I, eat right when I'm traveling because I'm gone all the time, anything that you have questions on or you're curious about, you can comment below. Contact me any way that you know how, and I will do my best to answer those questions for you. So make sure you like, share, comment, all that good stuff so that we can get this out there. Because that's what I want to do. That's what I'm here to do. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of your week.